Sziasztok, ismét egy kis NBA 2K20, megint ideig fog majd megjelölni. Ja, nyomok egy entert, azt mégse. Atlanta Hawks. Mélyebben én még mutatóban. Védekezésben, offenzívben, vagy a játékosra írjuk.
Welcome to NBA Basketball. I'm Damon Bruce. We've got you covered here on 2K Sports. Let's get live on a Saturday night. It's going to be Pau Gasol and the LA Lakers.
Today's game marks the continuation of Lakers' road schedule. Every team must endure stretches of a lot of road games. This is where they're at right now.
You know what, Kevin? This is a tough stretch, and even more so for a team that struggle on the road. This could be a minefield waiting to explode.
Well, they're probably already wishing the road trip was over, guys. On the surface, maybe not equipped to handle what's ahead of them. But you never know. Stranger things have happened. They've got to find a way to get it turned around.
Now let's check out our starters for the Los Angeles Lakers. Fisher and Kobe man the backcourt. Powell and Bynum filling up the middle. And it's Artest in at the small forward. And for the Hawks, Williams and Smith at the forward. Horford anchoring the middle. Heinrich and Johnson in the backcourt. Now here's Heinrich. Johnson outside. From downtown. Heinrich gets the assist.
Nee, had het terugvallen.
The Hawks did not secure home court advantage in the playoffs last season. In a few games they dropped in that chase were against the Western Conference.
Tell you what, there's not much he can't do out there, guys.
He's covered by Fisher. That's a look. That's good from Horford on the assist by Heinrich. Well, Clark, you brought the Hawks in the West only 13 wins in 30 games against Western Conference opponents. Steve, that's going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a top seed in your conference, I think you have to play 500 ball at least against the other conference.
Sportban én kéne ki volt az visszajátszás.
Here's Heinrich. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the 76ers in Philadelphia. Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Thank you, Kevin. Earlier I spoke with Mike Brown. When I asked him where they might have an advantage today, he said, we've got the shot blockers to make things very hard on them when they bring it into the paint. And that's what we plan to do. Gentlemen?
Wonderful, Doris. Thanks for thinking about Clark and Steve, their defense right off the bat here.
Yeah, you're never going to go wrong putting the bulk of your effort into getting stops. I mean, that always pays off.
Yeah, for sure. And I think if that's going to be the case, if they're going to bring that style and that type of energy, they're going to be ready to go deep into their bench tonight as well.
You look at Joe Johnson and the number of minutes he's already logged in his career, and you wonder about him needing maybe to log fewer as he goes forward and gets a little older. Just
Miért jó darra?
effective he can be if he continues to log the heavy minutes.
Here's Johnson. Following the basket by Kobe Bryant. That's good. 7 points for Johnson.
You know, those types of high percentage shots should be a big part of what they do going forward.
Fisher with the ball. Look at those numbers, Clark, about Joe Johnson. 4 seasons over 40 minutes ago. 3 others over 38
Hogy lehetett megint röviden dobni?
One thing about Joe Johnson, though, he doesn't really rely on athleticism.
És még tettem egy sorot, hogy
Skill. I mean, he's going to be able to be a very effective player for a long time as long as he stays healthy.
Megjöttetek van befele a gyűrű szeret.
Over Johnson. And Kobe Bryant again. Kobe's got 6. Here is Heinrich, averaging 9 points per contest.
De miért vitt ennyire oldalra mellette?
Johnson dishes to Smith. No good. And the Lakers go with it the other way. They come into this one following the loss to the Mavericks.
That was not pretty either, guys. I thought they gave a half-hearted effort, did not play with much energy at all.
Nyomon hosszan azt a kibaszott dobásbomba, de még akkor is röviden dobott be azért.
When you play that poorly, you're going to come up on the short end of the stick. There's no way around it. And against those guys, you'll get crushed.
Now here is Smith after Ron Artest Smith. 6 to shoot. Nifty move. And they call goaltending.
After the disappointing end to their 2010 playoff push, the Hawks decided to make a change at the head coaching position and went with Larry Drew at the helm.
Damian Wilkins checked in for Marvin Williams.
Nem, de valamelyik játékosa nem menne?
Here's Fisher.
Tartogatta ezt a kibaszott labdát.
Guarded by Heinrich. Here's Bynum. That's good. And the assist goes to Fisher. Clark back to Drew. They had Mike Woodson. He took him to the playoffs, but Larry Drew takes his place. Drew is on the staff. It was scrutinized early, but, you know, Steve, he took him back into the playoffs and deep into the playoffs.
Well, and that was their goal. They wanted to get back to winning a series in the postseason. And Drew was able to do that. They beat Orlando in the first round. And then they gave Chicago all they could handle in round 2.
Hát nem lehet adni neki, el kell sétálni oda-oda.
Here's Johnson. 11 points for the game. Here's Horford. Goes up. Nice pass. Nice catch and a receiving dunk.
You know, I'm not big on fancy. Hey, if you can make it happen, make it happen. Effective is what's important.
Doesn't matter how you get the points, right? That's right. As long as you get them, Steve.
Put them in the 2-2-2.
Yeah, exactly right.
Nekem lehet tudod játszani, hogy pattanjunk egy
like about the Lakers, their ability to go out on the road and win. In fact, last season, they were 27-14 away from Staples Center.
Now here's Heinrich. Still looking to get on the scoreboard. Horford with the screen out on Jones. Pocket 4. Heinrich inside the 3-point line. The Lakers Park, a smart veteran team, we know that. How much of an asset is that to winning on the road?
You can't overstate it. I mean, it's really huge, Kevin. Keeping your composure, staying focused, understanding what's coming and what you need to do to seize games on the road. Some folks call it that killer instinct. And those are the things you have to be able to do, and the Lakers, quite honestly, a terrific example of all of it.
Here's Heinrich after the made shot from Andrew Bynum. Heinrich outside. Backing him down is Johnson. Smith kicks to Heinrich. A 3-ball. And slammed down by Johnson. Johnson's got 13.
A kibaszott lepattanod.
Here's Fisher. We've got 33 seconds left in the first quarter. Gasol, covered by Smith. Free throw line jump shot, and the shot is good.
Smart move with that mismatch he's got.
You know what? That extra advantage sure pays off on the mid-range jumper.
Hát itt még baszkos legyen, mint egy szakbasztosra játék. Thanks.
He's covered by Brown. Johnson dishes to Heinrich. Wide open look. The Lakers with the rebound. In this game, the first chance they've had to see Atlanta.
Well, they were the better team when these two teams got together a year ago, no question. Sweeping the season series 2-0.
Nagyon sokáig fogja bírni ezt a labdát.
7 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Barnes kicks the Bynum.
Hogy lehet a rövidet dobni?
And they're scoring pretty well as we conclude the first quarter. Hawks ahead, up 5.
It was pretty impressive the way they moved the ball, made the extra.
Megint ez a sok hülyeség.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. Here's Odom. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. On the court for Atlanta, we've got
What do they have a season a lot that party?
and there's Teague, and it's Williams at the three.
Yeah, such a great
Ah,
feel
but
for
it
the
is-
ball to get a big roll like that to go.
Lakers trail by 7. From 11 feet away, shot misses.
What a year Lamar Odom had last season for the Lakers. At times starting, but also coming off the bench when Andrew Bynum was healthy. But he had a terrific year shooting the ball, about 53% from the floor and almost 40% from the three-point line.
No, that's good.
Röviden dob. Szóval
Here's Odom. Unload from 9. Again to miss by Odom.
nyomon még siket a kibaszott dobásból, hogy vannak itt röviden dob.
I love Lamar's versatility, Kevin. I mean, and adding that three-point shot, being more efficient from out there, just helps him be more effective as an all-around player.
Pocket 6. Here's the 3. Williams can't get it to go. Lakers trail by 9. Kobe with it. The stupendous finish in traffic. Kobe's got 8 points.
Well, they've got to do something defensively because he's been unstoppable.
And defensively, Steve, your only choice now is to double. I mean, I don't think there's another option.
Csaló volt.
Alfred outside. He passes it to Williams. And stolen by Barnes.
Hát persze, mikor olyan jól látok a kamerát,
Excellent job of taking care of the basketball. One of the reasons they
én
have
meg
this lead.
szeretném pont meg
For
kivittem
the
be.
Hawks. Al Horford, he's checked in for Pachulia. Smith comes in for Josh Powell. And it's Heinrich in for Jeff Teague. And then for the Lakers, Andrew Bynum's checked in for Derek Carrick. Artest comes in for Matt Barnes. And Derek Fisher is subbed in for Steve Blake.
Well, you look at Atlanta's team makeup last year, it was similar to previous season. Very talented front court, some strong wing players, but nobody really running the show. And that was one of the reasons they traded for
Tisztálom, meg akarok tisztálni.
Fisher against Heinrich. Just 5 to shoot. Smith outside. Jacks up a 3. Shot no good. And it's the Lakers taking it the other way. Back to Atlanta, they haven't had a controlling point guard.
Mindig ugye el tudják zárni területet, a területet,
Steve talked about Heinrich. Good pickup. Still may still be looking for a little bit more.
Yeah, I think you may be right. Eventually, it always seems to catch up to them not having that elite premier point guard type. They played well in the postseason without one. They'll need a true floor general to become great to take that next step.
A couple of years ago, they had that
Yes.
high shows.
Chris Paul, they came through.
Adták már a labdát.
Lakers trail by 7. Fisher, the pass to Odom. Passes it to Bynum. Moving the ball. Artest dishes to Bynum. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Bynum's got 6 points.
3 straight buckets in the paint. They're making it look effortless.
Mi mindenki.
Speaking of effortless, we'd like to see a little more out of the defense. How about trying, guys?
And now, first time out called here for the Hawks.
Well, I thought last season was a tough one for Ron Artest. I mean, he struggled with the shot. Even his defense was a little subpar, and not as consistent as we've seen in the past.
Joe Johnson, he's checked in for the Hawks. The Lakers also with the sub. Derek Carrick, he's checked in for Andrew Bynum.
Mondom, a forra előtt megállni. Akkor előtt szállni.
Here's Johnson. 13 points in the game. Heinrich outside.
Megint ezek elzárás, nem tudom, mit mondani, ezt így elmegyek keretben, csapattársas felhat, engem.
Drops in the layup for 2. Heinrich's got his second bucket of the night. And Clark for Artest last season as he struggled. Some of the coaches' critiques played out in the media. So I don't think Ron appreciated that very much.
Now, I had heard even a rumor that he might have wanted to trade prior to the All-Star break, but fortunately for LA and for Artest, he started to play much better after the All-Star break. More consistent, finished strong. And he's still a guy who can help the Lakers just with his physical play and his
Miért kell hagyni helyének itt területet? Miért nem állhatok el egy területet? Nem értem ezt a dolgot.
Kicks to Smith. It's in. Smith's got his first points of the game.
Boy, every time they drop it in, they do so from close range. Easy baskets.
Yeah, high percentage looks time and time
Vannak
again.
egy átszolgáltat keresztbe, ott már nézzük az éppen, annak van passzolta.
Dishes up to Fisher. Over Heinrich. Again, the Lakers.
They are in attack mode right now. That's 10 straight points, guys, all coming inside the paint.
And see, if I'm them, I'd keep going right to the heart of that
Értem
offense
tőle.
until they do something about it. If they don't offer resistance, take everything you can get in there.
Here's
Nem megbelagoltatok a játékot.
Here's Fisher. There's 39 seconds left to play here in the half. Guarded by Horford.
Hát ebből csók vagy, hogy még kifele pattam.
Testing that shot, and it looked like it was going to be easy, but they forced the miss.
You know what? You got it in close.
Nem magadat rádobni baszki a néni kérdezbe.
Leading by 7.
Running a little bit of time off. Looks like they're going to play for the final shot.
Visszajátszik a miénk alapra.
Nothing presented to a hole for one.
Here's Gasol, averaging 8 points a game. Here's Kobe, and the layup is up and in. Kobe's got 12 points in the game.
You know, he's not going to make a mistake when he gets in tight. That's a good move there.
Williams passes to Johnson, and it's sent back by Bynum.
Ne hagyjad, mert úgysem már legyünk.
Don't go away, we'll see you in a moment.
And welcome fans
Jó,
to
nem
HB at the
érdekel,
half.
essünk már túl rajta. Fél ideig is mindentől.
At Time Warner Cable Arena, the Buck.
And welcome back to Atlanta, Georgia. Beautiful scenics of downtown Atlanta tonight with the centerpiece, Phillips Arena, home of NBA basketball.
Valamit szedjetek ablakokat akarsz.
Here's Fisher. So for the Lakers right now, Artest, Gasol, and Bynum in the front. Fisher and Kobe man in the backcourt. But they recover it. Here's Gasol. It counts. Gasol's got the first bucket of the third here for the Lakers.
You know, they're just getting hammered inside and really need to find a way to be tougher down there. They got to be physical. They got to man up in there.
I agree. When you look at the points they're giving up, most of them seem to be coming inside the paint.
Heinrich dishes to Williams. Good, and Heinrich gets the assist. Heinrich's got 4 assists in the game.
Pontos volt.
It's been all about ball movement. You get great passing.
Yeah, anytime you got an unselfish team, the ball will find the open play. You know, so often we've seen the Lakers coaches in playoffs put themselves in
Győriben
a tight spot.
dobni a győrit.
Find a way out. In that series versus Dallas in last season's playoffs, they really looked like a tired and overmatched team.
Lakers trailed by 5. And Kobe the bucket with the assist from Eric Fisher. 14 points for Kobe Bryant. And here comes Heinrich.
Nem érik,
For
hogy
the
ennyi
Lakers,
óra
with the
arra.
set clock after that series, we've been playing with fire the last 3 years now. We finally got what we deserved. Steve, that is a very interesting quote. Take it apart for us and delve into it.
Well, I think the Lakers have been to the finals for 3 straight years, and I think they were worn out emotionally. And for a couple of those playoff series over the years, they did play with fire and get away with it. Not last year. Dallas just destroyed them, and I think the Lakers just looked tired, both physically and mentally.
Johnson hits them both.
Joe Johnson gets a lot of the credit on the Hawks, and I think he deserves quite a bit of it, quite honestly. But you wonder how how his big contract will affect the other players like Josh Smith and Al.
Addig a csuk vagy, hogy nem!
Hawks lead by
Az
5.
meg, megcsinálom jól a
They get
helyzetet.
Anthony and stolen by Fisher. Artest left side. He's picked up by Heinrich. Here's Kobe. And he converts the lane.
Van mégis
Kobe's
kifele jön
got
a
4 this
győrűből.
quarter. And Clark, to extend that point, you're talking about Johnson. He's a leader, but his numbers aren't too far ahead of those guys right now. Steve, this is kind of an interesting look.
Well, I think Joe Johnson, he's got a big contract. He's a good player, an all-star caliber player, but not a superstar. And sometimes when you get that big number next to your contract, it's a lot of pressure on you. And I think Johnson has been under a microscope there in Atlanta.
And making a change here, the Hawks. Teague's checked in. Lamar Odom, he's checked in for the Lakers.
Miért kell hátrálni, miért kell hátrálni?
Here's Johnson.
Tudom menni.
He's got 17. Back to Williams. Smith outside. Some good ball movement here. Shots good by Williams. And the Hawks lead by 5.
I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spot. You don't always throw it to your teammate, you throw it to where he needs to be.
Kobe megint elhagyja a labdát.
Kicks it to Kobe.
Mi ez a hangszor, hogy beszakadás?
Odom on the wing. Feeds it to Fisher.
Egyik se áll középen.
And post shot. And he hits the jumper for 2. Fisher's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
They are just lighting him up from mid-range area.
You know, sometimes we forget about the value of the mid-range or in-between game. This team has made 8 of their last 10 with that shot, the in-between shot.
Here's Teague. Right now averaging 7 points a game. Steps back and drains the jump shot. Here's Odom. Trailing by 5.
Boy, the Hawks came into the postseason last year as the 5 seed and really weren't given too much of a chance, but they turned some heads against the Magic.
He's put on an offensive clinic. They've got to deny him the ball.
Yeah, and if that fails, then double him, Steve. I mean, they can't allow him to continue to hurt him like this.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hawks. Josh Powell is checked in for Smith. And Damian Wilkins subbed in for Marvin Williams. Nice job at the line, and that one falls to pick up the end one. Well, back to the Hawks. They kind of backed into the postseason, losing, Steve, their last 6 regular season games.
Well, it shows sometimes that the regular season may
Megint
not make any
megkaptam az
difference in the
irányítást.
playoff start. I think Atlanta really caught fire in this first round against Orlando, won the series, and then gave Chicago some problems too.
144 left in the 3rd. Now G. Here's Powell, defended by Gasol. Shoots it. Here's Horford. Well, his reputation precedes him in that regard, don't you think, Steve?
Oh yeah, I mean that's just standard stuff.
From 11 feet away. And there's Lamar Odom on the assist by Artest. Artest's got 3 assists tonight. Here's the Hawks with the ball. Their biggest lead of the game was 9, coming off that loss against Philadelphia.
Now, the result may have been different if they had just gotten a few of those 3-pointers to fall, but they just weren't going in for them.
I think they felt the three-pointer too much, quite honestly. They depended on that shot when things were open inside for them, and they failed to look at it. Stop,
By
you man!
Kobe. Kobe's got 9 points here in the second half.
Coming up big now. He's made every shot he's taken this quarter.
Johnson against Kobe. Moving it around nicely. Right side Wilkins. 6 on the shot clock. T kicks to Horford. Working on Gasol.
Rá kell dobni.
On the post.
Nem,
And good point for the Jazz. They go off the free throw line.
That takes a lot of strength to finish a play like that while you're getting fouled.
Boy, he had it on display right there, brother. I mean, that was muscle, that was strength on display finishing that shot.
That's good from Horford. Here's Kobe. 21 points in the game. Straight up. The shot's good from Bynum. Bynum's got 8 points.
And the pace has really ramped up in the second half.
Steve, I like the re-energized effort here. I mean, it's been a while.
Johnson down low. Johnson.
Kettőn is ugrottam fel, és a tudnak blokkol. Na, passzol már, hát... Nyomom a szalkot, bazd meg.
Here's Barnes. Tipped. And stolen by Horford. And the game is good.
Ott nyomom meg fél órás, indítsd már. Állat, alapvonalon.
As the fourth quarter gets rolling here, let's check out our Sprite Spark of the Game, presented by Sprite. Hey, Doris.
Thanks, Kevin. Joe
Mindig a
Johnson
nagy
has been the
elégedett
strike
vagyok,
spark
ezt
in
a
this one.
visszajátszást.
He's been a major factor here with his intensity and effort on the floor. You can see his team feeding off him as they head into the fourth and final period, guys.
Great stuff, Doris. Thank you. What a spark he is giving.
Nem nálunk
The whole
volt.
game, and he's been all over the place.
Can't say enough about his efforts tonight, guys. He's really put his team on his shoulders today.
So with Johnson sitting on the bench, here's the group that Larry Drew has on the floor. Williams and Smith in off the forward positions.
Jó.
Crawford out there with
Na,
Hyman. And it's the
most kinek
Junior in at the
ítéltek?
five spot.
Hát
Here's
persze
a
az
look at the
ellenfél.
schedule for the Los Angeles Lakers. They'll be off to New Jersey for a meeting with the Nets after this one.
Nyugodtan, múlt hét után
Squarely in the
Indiana
middle of this
csukát,
five-game road trip.
Cleveland.
Here's Crawford over Bynum. Crawford's shot is good. Crawford's got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for the Hawks. Here's Blake. Got a piece of it. It's
De lyukas markodat, hogy nem érted levadást ezt a kovaszett labdát, amit passzolok, bazd meg.
The shot by Heinrich no good.
And they forced the miss with
Indítom,
that
bazd
good
meg ezt.
defensive rotation. They're playing well
Nem bírja
together as a unit.
megfogni.
Gets it to go. 10 points for Bynum.
Man, they are both lighting it up here.
Exciting basketball, Steve. I mean, it's been back and forth. Each side dropping in points every chance they get.
Na, most tudok faragni.
And they're running. Tipped away. It's stolen by Williams.
Azt a
Even
mocskos.
numbers.
Ez meg egyszer lenne esélyem.
Gets to Smith. He dishes it to Heinrich.
Van, pont úgy keresztbe el tudok lépni, hogy belerúgja.
6 to shoot. 18 feet away. Smith gets it to go on the assist right front. And the Hawks lead by 5. And the Lakers have possession, trailing by 5. We'll be off to New Jersey for a meeting with the Nets after this one. And that game will be game 3 of 5 away from home. Here is Heinrich. Atlanta calls timeout.
I think Coach saw a couple of things he wanted to correct. You got to make sure everyone's following the game plan.
They talk about that great front court depth for the Lakers, all that length, rebounding, their ability to really crash the glass. And they were actually the 5th best rebounding team in the NBA last year in terms of rebounding differential.
The Hawks are making a switch on the floor. Horford's checked in. Artest is checked in for the Lakers. Kobe comes in for Luke Walton. Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Well, over the break, I listened in on Larry Drew's huddle.
Elvileg az elején elrúgom,
In
nem?
front of him, he tried to pick his team up, saying, guys, I know we've got our best basketball ahead of us. It's time to step up and fight our way back into this one. Guys, let's watch it play out.
Here's Crawford. Back to Williams.
Block.
Here's the Morgan. Gasol covering. And once again off the mark by Atlanta. And Steve, we were talking about that differential possessions because of it. And Clark, for the Lakers, already a very good team offensively. That rebounding advantage, those extra possessions, more often than not, lead to basketball.
Well, they got such tremendous size. When you look at Pau Gasol and Andrew Bynum, you throw in Lamar Odom. I mean, those guys are long and really good rebounders at both ends, but particularly on the offensive glass. And, you know, anytime you get an offensive rebound, usually those defenders will scramble.
Block.
Get a high-quality shot.
Całkiem akcja ostro.
They continue to barrel their way inside. When's the defense going to adjust?
Well, I'm asking the same question myself, partner. I mean, that's 8 points out in the last 10 coming inside.
And he was firing the way up.
Kobe having just a fantastic game. He's got 21 points, and he's also come up with a steal, adding to their defensive effort.
Yeah, that's not a stat people look at first when they go to the box score. You can't underestimate the value of good ball hawking defense.
Real good on that. And he sinks the second.
Well, they split his free throws, but if they can get a stop here, they've still got a chance.
Now here's Henry. He's tightly guarded. Blake gets called. That is his first foul of the game. So for the Hawks, but Julia, who's checked in for Horford. Damian Wilkins comes in for Marvin Williams. And it's Johnson in for Jamal Crawford. Here's Henry.
I see him. I see him.
Backing down is Johnson. Just 4 to shoot. The Hawks need to get off the shot here. Releases. The rebound by Blake.
Well, uses body well to lead around the defender. Always going to be difficult to be
Tengerede pod keresztbe, basz meg.
Barnes passes to the
Centerben elnyomjátok be. Ott szart neki egy gyűrű alatt, az Bradley, annak az ennyit nem passzol be csak.
Williams comes in for Damian Wilkins. The Lakers also making some changes. Andrew Bynum's checked in for Barnes. And Derek Fisher subbed in for Steve Blake. Atlanta calls timeout. They lead by 2. There's 1:54 left to play in the final quarter. There's 1:54 left in the fourth. Back to Williams. Picked up by Kobe. Shoots. And there's Joe Johnson on the assist from Marvin Williams. 23 points for Johnson.
And we're now starting to see them put some 5% shots in the paint.
Yeah, that's 5 of their last 6 buckets inside the lane, so they're getting really high percentage looks down there. Well, they really picked up the intensity here since halftime.
I think they got the pep talk and both teams that are really going after each
De
other.
miért nem szóval mennyire annyira?
Fisher against Henry. Just against Williams. Shot clock at 6. Here's the
Valakinek lehet a pálon.
rebounded by the
Yep.
Lakers.
Had a good look at the rim, though. That was poor defense.
Here's Gasol. He nails it. And we're tied up.
It's a tough pass to make there, guys. Right into the heart of the defense.
Tehát az ilyenkor kezd el megint buzulni, hogy...
And a Hartford possession. Their biggest lead of the game was now. Outside Williams. Back to Heinrich. He's covered by Fisher. From about 19 feet.
Ja,
And it's the Lakers taking it
első
over.
arra egy ráfunk tudom.
Bynum gets the result. Puts it up. Nails it.
Somebody set a fire under Pau Gasol.
Here is Heinrich. This could be a turning point.
Most kezdett baszakodó ellene van, szintén nem látszik, de mondom, hogy most kezdve a feldöntési szórakozni.
He's covered by Fisher. Heinrich misses to Johnson. Picked up by Kobe. Smith outside.
Yeah, the game-changing clutch bucket there.
And the Lakers call time here. They're losing by one. 19 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
No need to rush it. I think you want to get a shot off in time to the point where if you miss it, you got a shot on the offensive rebound. Well, if you have a play in your quiver to get you a good shot, one you've been saving all game, now's the time to use it.
Here's Fisher.
Megint elzártak.
Takes it out. Off wide.
That should be a rule. No layup. Just protect the paint. Make them earn every point. I think that's a tough, hard-nosed, smash-mouth basketball. Make your opponent earn their points from the line. Don't give up any layups.
Down the first, and that ties this game up.
Nem tudom miért várakozik annyit, hogy adnám már jobban.
As if there was any question, Ken. He's just not fazed by the pressure. He stays focused and always makes big plays.
Atlanta calls timeout. They trail by one. There's 14 seconds left to play in the fourth. To Jenkins.
Well, you've got the luxury here of running a play, so if you want to do something that you're comfortable with. Absolutely, Steve. I mean, no need to panic whatsoever. I mean, you're in a very good spot right here.
There's 14 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Uncovered.
Look!
Really hitting shots here.
Timeout call for the Lakers. They're behind by one. 5 seconds left in the game. What do you think, guys?
Game time out there, but down one. We got a
Nem tudom, hogy nem nagyon túlrád. Hát, kosárra gyorsan csináljuk.
Here's Fisher. Gives him a lead pass. Here's Kobe. No.
That's one of the best finishes. That's exactly the kind of defense we play.
Francba. Ha besikerült dobni, azt bemelt volna, most nyertem volt. Ennyi hiányzott, azt mondja. Szóval 25 pont, 1 assziszt, 3 lököttem. Joe Johnson pontja viszont. Ennyi hiányzott, és picurka, hogy meg legyen a győzelem. Nem maradt volna ki, akkor most én nyertem volna. Mutatókban kicsit gyengébbeknek látszanak, de hát azt nem jelent semmit.
Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports' presentation of the NBA. I'm Damon Bruce. It's Sunday night basketball. It's the Los Angeles...
Thank you for tuning
Felét
in
nyert,
this
felét
Sunday
vesztették a
evening.
felhajtásról.
Along with Clark and Steve. We're always glad to see you. Thanks for joining us. Back here in New Jersey, the Nets tipping off their homestand. And this matchup with the Lakers is their first meeting of the season. They lost both of the matchups in this interconference tournament a season ago. They'd like to change that now.
Plus, the only time these two clubs will meet in this building all season, so that adds some intrigue for the fans here tonight.
Now let's check out our starters for the Los Angeles Lakers. Kobe and Artest are the wingmen. Powell and Bynum filling up the middle. And it's Fisher in the point guard. And for the Nets, Humphries is at the 4 with Brook Lopez in the middle. Vucevic is out there with Farmar. And it's James in at the small forward position. And Steve's right, there's some novelty to the scheme, don't you think?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's a treat for the fans. You got to enjoy the one chance you get to see these guys. So, yeah, I think you're right on it.
Right at the free throw line. A nice shot by Gasol.
Gasol's
Gasol's got the first points up on the board tonight here for the Lakers. Here's Farmar. He's covered by Fisher. Now Farmar. He's covered by Fisher. Just 5 to shoot. From deep three-point range.
Hát mondom, hogy lepattanok, nem tudtátok megszerezni.
Nice shot by Vucevic.
Beszívasmat egy két lavos.
3 points of the game.
I'll tell you what, he'll be quite contented to sit out there beyond the arc and knock down shot after shot if they're going to play defense like that. Tighten it up out there.
Hát mondom, hogy tudom melyik volt centerről, annak nem passzoltak a csat.
Last game against Atlanta. And Fisher gets to the side. For Humphries. Gasol, no good.
Egyik se át van oda kibaszottól, hogy esetleg a lepattanó, nem akkor arra rá.
Well, the Nets had good ownership last year. They were determined to make a splash. They included some money and some free agents that maybe didn't pan out as well as they had hoped. Guys like Travis Alva, Johan Petro, Jordan Farmar. But the big move was trading for Darren Williams at the deadline. He's got a chance to be their anchor for the future.
We'll go to Doris Burke, who spoke with head coach Mike Brown. What's the news there, Doris?
Kevin, he told me that it's no secret what their bread and butter is defensively. It's our ability to influence shots, frustrate their shooters, and come away with blocks. And he told me we can expect to see plenty of that today, guys.
Thanks, Doris. So Clark and Steve, defense, it looks like, coming first for them today.
Yeah.
You don't really want to put all of your cookies in one jar. I mean, I think emphasis on defense is the way to go.
Yeah, I'd agree, because if you come out and
Azt mondta, hogy nem tudsz normálisan passzolni.
you really kind of take control of that game emotionally.
Shot by Vucevic.
Defense wasn't able to get back fast enough to contest.
Well, they were caught flat-footed after committing a turnover that time, guys.
Steve, of course, Darren Williams, a top-flight point guard, acquired from the Utah Jazz like last year.
Pont nem annak passzolja, mert az egyiket középen indult Robert.
Definitely gives them much more of a competitive spirit teamwork.
De most is azt hittem, hogy Kobe-nek passzol. Azt kell élni főleg.
That will be contagious, I think. He's not going to be satisfied not being part of the playoffs. And the Nets will need to show improvement quickly if they plan to retain him in free agency.
Here's Farmar for the made shot from Andrew Bynum. Fisher gets the reach-in call. That's his first foul. 70 out of games. He's checked in for New Jersey. The Lakers also changing it up. Odom comes in for Andrew Bynum. And Matt Barnes is subbed in for Ron Artest. Here's Vucevic. He has 5. Here's Humphries. Laid in with a nice touch off the ball.
Videóra hallgatok a
Jump Chris Humphries made a field goal shooting percentage
Azért van,
of
hogy
44
egy pontot
for his
bősz.
6-year career to last year's 53. Impressive.
Here's the pass to Kobe. Here's Odom. It's good, and it's Kobe with the assist. Chris Humphries was efficient on the floor and off the court. He's certainly a big part of the offensive efficiency for his New Jersey team. Steve, learning to play with them so offensively.
Yeah, he's become a much better player.
Here is Gyors. Lamar Odom picking up that last basket. 6 on the shot clock. Fisher is whistled for reaching in. That'll be his second foul of the game.
That's 2 early fouls. And we'll see how much leeway he gets the rest of the quarter from the coach. I don't think he necessarily has to sit with 2, but he's got to be careful.
Steve Blake's checked in for Derek Fisher. We've got 1:23 left to play in the first quarter. He reads at the game. Launches it. And the Lakers go with it the other way.
You know, Kevin, it turned out that Mike Brown was the man for the Lakers job, and he inherits an interesting team here in LA.
Cazzo, miért nem tudta elkapta azt a kibaszott labdát? Hát ez itt centerben neked.
Dishes to game.
Na.
Fires the 3.
Szedjen már valamelyik onnan! Nem nyújtott érte.
The Lakers in the lead. They're coming into this game off that recent loss to Atlanta.
Yeah, their long-range shooting really deserted them in that game, guys. A good game from that line.
And that made all the difference in the game. I mean, they clearly tried to use the three-pointer as the primary weapon, but because they weren't falling, it was disastrous.
Getting back to Brown for just a second. Clark, you're just talking about him. You know, Steve, he has big shoes to fill. Anytime you're trying to replace a legend like Phil Jackson, there's a lot in front of you there.
Yeah, it's one of the highest profile coaching positions in any sport in the world. But Mike Brown will be prepared. I mean, he had to...
Ilyet nekem sose csináltok, hogy valamelyik ott lett volna biztosítani.
Well, his reputation precedes him in that regard, don't you think, Steve?
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's just standard stuff for him.
Here's Kobe. With a 24th turn outing in the last game against the Hawks in Atlanta. And the layup falls. Kobe's got 6.
And I think defensively, you've got to commit a second defender because he's just destroying you right now.
Yeah, one-on-one, he's been a handful.
James kicks to Lopez.
Hey, come around.
Over to Song. Both teams have it going here early. We're still close through the first quarter. Lakers ahead, up by 3.
This Monday night.
And so far, it's been a closely contested game.
Elvieknek nálam kéne jönni a labdán. Hát nem. Nem tudom, mielőttem döntőre játszottak kinni.
14 points from him the last game against Boston.
Guys, 21-9 were the Lakers last season against the Eastern Conference. They've been within a game of that record for the last 4 seasons. That's really consistently impressive.
We've got Anthony Morrow. Travis unlocked there with Britt Lopez. Then there's Furman. And it's James in at the 3 spot. That's the next 5 as we get into the second quarter. Brown kicks the Bynum. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. You look at the teams in the East, not many who can match the length that the Lakers possess up front. What am I saying? There are a few teams in the entire league that can match that kind of length, Steve.
Yeah, the Twin Towers, Bynum and Gasol, really the Lakers' trump card. I mean, I think that's the key to this club. They've got to take advantage of those 2 guys this year, beat people up down on the block and on the glass. And if they can improve their defensive work on the perimeter, this could be a great team.
Lopez, no luck.
Hey, I like creativity and the circus finish as much as anybody. But you better be sure you got a chance to make it.
Foul call that time.
Yeah,
getting 2 chances at the free throw line here. That's on Jordan Farmer.
I thought Shannon Brown made so much improvement last season, guys. He scored well, and he worked really hard to improve his weaknesses, which were his ball handling and his outside shooting, so he became much more of a complete player.
First one falls through.
Steve, I agree with you in terms of Shannon Brown's improvement, how hard he worked on those weak areas, handling the ball better. working more on the shot. I mean, the physical gifts were always there. Strong, tremendously athletic. I give him a lot of credit for working to make the most of that natural ability that he
Amikor elindult oldalra fel a
the
labda,
Nets
már
managed to
láttam,
get close
hogy
to
messze.
500 at home last season, guys. 19 and 22 was the record. They more than doubled their home win from the season prior, so trying to build on something, and that's a good place to start.
New Jersey with the rebound. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Boston.
And overall, very disappointing
Nem
effort.
tetted meg azt a
They really didn't do
szívességet, hogy
anything well. They deserved their fate.
Yeah, it was far less than a masterpiece, that's for sure, Steve.
Farmar passes to Morrow. Good, and Farmar gets the assist. And for these New Jersey fans, this is probably the last season the Nets will be seeing the Prudential Center here in downtown Newark.
Yeah, that's right, because next season the Nets will move into the new building in Brooklyn. Probably some mixed emotions for the New Jersey fans who live on this side of the Hudson, but it'll be very exciting to have a major pro sports team in Brooklyn. First time since 1950.
Block.
It's good. This game is over. Farmar's got his first basket of the night. Here's Fisher.
Nem jöttek fel.
Backdoor test. He dishes it to Bono. To the middle. For a test. James covered.
Lopjan már.
Shoots from 12. Offensive rebound. Brown. Shot is blocked.
Hányan vagytok, már 3 próbálkozások és ennyi sem
Here are the
mondja.
Nets. Morrow kicks to Farmar. Picked up by Brown. Farmar dishes to Morrow. The open shot, Lopez. Second shot opportunity. And James with the lead.
Bassza meg.
And the Nets lead by 2.
Hányszor fogták, hogy győrölet egészséget kihasználni, hogy
Starting to turn here in the second.
And looking up in a big way for them.
megint csak a szaladásnak vezettünk.
Guys, what a tight start to the game this has been.
Can you believe there have been
Ráperegnek az ócék labdalopásokat és
I mean, the way this thing is going, this could turn into a lot.
And again, New Jersey with the triple.
And again, the lead changes hands. Yep, back and forth you go, Steve.
Big flow.
Back and forth. Neither side caving in.
So timeout call here, the first for Los Angeles.
Well, you know, a recent stat said that in the last 15 years, the Lakers are on average the best offense in the NBA. But in crunch time, ironically, they fall to around 12th best offensively. Not nearly as effective.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets.
Mondom, meg már érkezik szájába repül a labda, bazd meg.
And it's Vujacic in for Anthony Morrow. Going back to the Lakers, and they're let down as far as crunch time offense goes. Good point by you. Steve, you take it. Why do you think that's so?
Well, I think Kobe's not the player that he once was.
Miért nem nyomni meg?
He's not as athletic. He's not as capable as he used to be getting shots off against any type of defense. And I think the rest of the guys maybe lost a little confidence in themselves as a result.
That free throw, no good.
Ez mi?
Andrew Bynum, a guy who has been hit with injuries throughout his career. But when he's healthy, the Lakers are so tough to beat because of the length and size that Bynum and Gasol provide for that front line.
Jó, mindegyik másképp.
He doesn't get the second one. And last season, there were a few grumbles, Steve, after Bynum missed the first month and a half of the season to see Bynum had delayed surgery.
A bakhatunk visszafele védekezni.
World Cup soccer.
Well, when you're a pro basketball player, that has to be your first priority. I'm a big-time soccer fan myself, but Bynum may have made a boo-boo there. If he was ready to go come playoff time, and, you know, that's kind of the Lakers' go-to philosophy. Just be ready when the playoffs show up. And he did play pretty well in the postseason.
He hits one and misses one. He's at the line.
Well, you look at the Nets' record against the West last year, 11 and 19, which doesn't sound great, but you consider they were 13 and 39 against the East. That West record looks a little better. Nice job offensively going right at the defender who did not have position to take that charge.
Yeah, that's a smart play. He actually saw that and initiated the contact.
De hogy csavarodott el arra oldalra?
Well, it's interesting, you know, Steve, that the Nets were seemingly able to punch a little bit above their weight as far as playing against the West. Clark, I don't know, as a player, you start thinking about what the East can do and what the West can do, who you might fare better against?
No, I think you basically look
Eddig
at each
mindig
opponent
jobból
and try to
kapjuk,
figure out how to beat them. They got some big
tapasztalat,
wins
amikor
on
kell
the road against
elengedni,
the Thunder, the Rockets,
Isten
and
terapét,
they got a home win
erre
against the
pontatlan
Lakers. This
gondolom.
goes to show on any given night, you never know who's going to come out on top.
And again, it's the Nets missing.
Boy, both clubs really battling under the boards. Yeah, and you know, Steve, the rebounding story really mirrors the game at large. I mean, it's been pretty much tit for tat, neck and neck.
Farmar kicks to Outlaw. He passes it to Farmar. He's covered by Fisher. Here's Farmar. 5 points in the game.
Well, another uncontested three there. They got to make some kind of adjustment. I mean,
Kiveszett tripla
they've
már
given way too
megint.
many open threes. Well, the last 5 moves, we didn't come off wide open through the one.
Az meg azt érzékeltek, hogy passzolni kell. Csak dobás pontot gondoltam. Nyomni őket.
The passes to our chest. They're moving the ball. And the layup is good.
You know, they're just getting hammered inside. They really need to find a way to be tougher down there. They got to be physical. They got to man up in there.
I agree. When you look at the points they're giving up, most of them seem to be cutting inside the paint.
Now Farmar. He's got 8. Releases. And again, it's New Jersey can breathe.
What a marvelous job they've done of sharing the basketball. A ton of assists.
Well, they know where each other is all the time. They're moving the ball, just finding the open guy. Nobody seems to care who scores.
Here's Farmar, averaging 8 points a game. Launches a 3, and that's another 3.
A triplás kedve száradból le.
Here's Kobe. They trail by 6. Our test on the way.
De miért ennyire keresztbe? Az meg.
And we've reached halftime in this one. Back in just a bit here in New Jersey.
Átfejtett térfét újra odaáll. Jó van, essünk már túlra, de nem valóságba futotom néha, amire nem vagyok vele. Ez mi a faszról kell ennyit futogatni?
Over in Boston, it was the Celtics over the 76ers.
And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead with the first 2 quarters. Here's
Fasz,
Farmar.
miért kell menni
6-point
támadni?
game.
What are you talking about, that great front court depth for the Lakers? All that length, rebounding, their ability to really crash the glass. And they were actually the 5th best rebounding team in the NBA last year in terms of rebounding differential.
Third quarter action getting on right now. Brought to you by Gatorade. All filled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor.
Bazd meg.
So the Lakers 5 right now.
Na, szerintem van még, mert
Filling up the middle. Fisher and Kobe man in the backcourt. And it's our test in at the 3.
Bíró úr, adod már a labdát.
Here's Kobe. Feeds to Fisher.
De miért annyira... Az meg, hogy ez a passzolások, az meg.
Out of bounds. And they retain possession. Steve, we were talking about that differential 2.5 extra possessions in their favor because of it. And Clark,
Gyere már vissza, nem,
that rebounding advantage, those extra possessions, more often than not, lead to a basket.
Well, they've got such tremendous size. When you look at Pau Gasol and Andrew Bynum, you throw in Lamar Odom. I mean, those guys are long, really good rebounders at both ends, but particularly on the offensive glass. And, you know, anytime you get an offensive rebound, usually the defender will scramble, and you're going to be able to get a high-quality shot.
Here's the dish to Farmar. 5 on the clock, picked up by Kobe. Over Bynum. Lakers trail by 4. Right up. And Kobe the bucket with the assist from Andrew Bynum. 10 points for Kobe Bryant.
One of the things you love about Andrew Bynum, guys, is his hands. He's got the ability to catch the ball in traffic for a big guy. And he's so long that he can finish it very easy.
Let's bring up a 2K leaderboard. Show you the teams that have shot the lights out during the last one. The Lakers number 1.
Yeah, Kevin, it's been a long month for anybody who plays these guys. I mean, they've been shooting the lights out. And it's been game after game after game.
Here's Neymar. He's got 8. James outside.
Ah,
That one goes in. James has got his second basket of the night. Lakers trail by 5. Clark, of course, speaking of Andrew Bynum's great hands, he was coached closely by the great Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
de most sok vagy, hogy megint kicsavar a dolga, az meg arra lesz győrű.
Mentor as a young center. I mean, Bynum possesses the same kind of overwhelming win that Kareem had. He may not be in the same league offensively. Kareem is really special. He can definitely still score over the top of people.
Na, jön a kitérő. Na ellenfél, elkezdesz csalódni.
Looking how the standings are as we go out west of the Western Conference after half the season has been played. We take a look
Jó, van már ennyi művelséget
at
tudva.
fast start. First place in the conference. And checking out the Lakers. Just need to take it a game at a time.
You know, right now for the Lakers, they've experienced a sort of worst-case scenario season. Nothing has worked out for them.
Yeah, you're right about that, Clark. The expectations were definitely higher than where they are right now. You know, given what we thought they had talent-wise, it's kind of hard to believe they are where they are right now. And the offense continues to struggle. There's one lead in their 5 attempts.
On test. And that comes off the assist by Derek Fisher. Fisher's got 3 assists tonight.
And all 10 of their last points have come inside the paint, so defensively you've got to make an adjustment.
We've got to do a little more to stop it, too. I mean, it's going way too easy for them. At some point, you just got to
Majdnem
walk
mindig
up and
hagyjuk
say
is,
it's not
hanem
going to
az
happen.
kimaradt
It's
bazd.
interesting. Once again, like late last season for the Lakers, they slumped to close out the regular season. It seems to be a pattern. You know, it's almost like they get bored before they actually get into the postseason.
Fires from the corner. And Gasol sends it back. Left side, Kobe. In the lead. And he sinks the layup. Kobe's got 14. And, you know, Steve, for the Lakers, Lamar Odom said himself their sluggish finishes in the second half were partly born of overconfidence, of ego. I don't know much credence you put in that, Clark. What do you think?
You know what? I think there is a tendency, a human tendency, to become
Jó,
complacent.
ezt kéne kihasználni.
And you can lose some of your edge.
De elengedjük a labdát.
I think it's just the nature of being somewhat satisfied. And when you're in this league, because people are coming after you a lot harder when you've got what they want in terms of championships, and especially as you age, it gets harder sometimes
Yo.
to fight off that resistance and to flip the switch if you find yourself in a little bit of a rut.
Here is Gaines, averaging 6 points per contest. Now a timeout called by
Megint egy Gyors.
Well, he's had enough of that lackadaisical defense. They got enough on penetration to deny all of these points in the paint.
Lopez really stumbled out of the gate last season. Only shot 45% from the field in the early part of the year. After the trade from Aaron Williams, Lopez really came into his own. It's amazing how much a good point guard can help a center.
Here's what New Jersey's going with right now. Showan Petro, he's checked in for Lopez. Outlaw comes in for James. And it's Farmall in for Sundiata Gaines. They need this. That's on the jump shot. Thinking back to Lopez, Clark, you had to be a little concerned about it as a Nets fan, but he righted the ship.
Yeah, he did it again, Kevin. Well, I go back to my point, big guy. 4 to 6 years. I saw it with Rick Smith. People were ready to run because it took him a while. He had some injuries, but it took him a while to establish how he could be most effective based on his skill set. The same way, he's a terrific local scorer. Now, he's got to continue to work, but this is a guy that you can bank on being a high-level scorer in the post for years to come.
There's a lot of nuance to that position.
There's a lot of nuance, but he's got the best nuance, which is good hands, a nice touch, and he's 7'2". That's a good package to start with.
Here is Outlaw, averaging 6 points per contest. And they'll keep possession.
Me.
Here is the list of players with the most boards in the league this month. The NBA's leading rebounders. Well, you look at Humphries. He does a great job inside, one of the top rebounders in the league.
Well, he's got great energy, Kevin, when he goes after the ball, and that's got to be contagious to the rest of the team, I would think. I mean, that kind of production on the glass is great at both ends of the court.
They get it back.
Na végre már.
The Lakers in the lead. Following this game, they'll hit the road to challenge the Pacers at Pacers Arena in Indianapolis. And that game will be 4 out of 5 on the road for the team.
You know, taking it to the rim against such a smaller defender is usually going to work out just fine.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Here's Farmar. There's 3 pointers off the mark.
Misfires again, and the ball just refuses to cooperate with it. It's a tough day so far.
Shot by Odom, no good.
Hát, nem játszottad volna, hogy így ahol legyen nekem, igaz?
From about 16, Humphries with the bucket. Humphries has got 6. Here's Odom. And as we conclude the third quarter, what a game, neither team giving ground. You look at Kobe Bryant in this game, I mean, he has been
Give him credit, he's been very selective with his shots, and it's paying off for him and his team.
Még van egy negyed.
We're still getting underway here in the fourth. Let's go down to Doris Burke, who has our Sprite Spark of the game report. Doris?
Hi, guys. Well, it was the stretch by the Lakers that garners the Sprite Spark today. It seems they went into the locker room and came out with some answers because their defense has been airtight in this last half. The whole atmosphere of the game changed with their lockdown defense. Let's see if it continues.
Great stuff as always, Doris. Thank you. Clark, that was the game's critical point.
Yeah, I agree with you. I really think it was. I mean, it really tipped things in their favor. No doubt about it.
Man, that's going to happen to you when you keep piling up those points and you get on a run like that.
Damian James out there with Travis Hunter. And it's Brooke Lopez. Then there's Anthony Moore. And it's Farmar and at the 1 spot. So that's the lineup on the floor for New Jersey. There's Farmar. Here's Moore. Now Farmar. From the high post, he throws it.
He's not somebody they lean on for points, but when he does score, that's a bonus.
It's a close game here in New Jersey. Outside Odom.
Oh, de baszkál én itt kipasszoltam onnan.
Line him down low. Lopez covering. Here's Gasol. That's good. Gasol's got 4 points in the quarter.
Offensively, just hammering away in the paint.
And that's 10 straight points inside, too.
Here's Palmer. Blake is tagged with the reach. That is his first foul of the game. And the Nets making a change here. First, Humphries checked in. The Lakers also making some changes. Matt Barnes is checked in for Odom. Walton comes in for Kobe. And it's Brown in for Steve Blake. Here's Farmar. Shot clock at 6.
Blokk. Ah,
Well, I tell you what, that'll give him a nice lift because that kind of effort always works on.
Does it?
Yeah, when you've got one guy out there hustling his tail off, everybody else has to follow suit. Man, he continues to rack up the numbers.
Guys, I tell you what, this is as well-rounded a game as you'll see.
Moore kicks to Lopez. He kicks to Farmar. Lopez is streaming the road.
hol vagyok már?
Humphries pushes to Lopez. Party down by Andrew Bynum.
It's interesting when you look at Brooke Lopez's early part of his career. The numbers in his first
Én
season
voltam
very
szabálytalan.
similar to Yao Ming's. And Yao, of course, made that huge leap in year 4. And I think that's what the Nets are hoping to see from Brook Lopez, a similar jump in numbers.
That's good for Lopez. And so he hits both. Here's Brown. The feed to Bynum. Kicks to Gasol. He's right up. And the Lakers lead by 3. Answering your question about Brook Lopez, he has the tools to make the leap. And wow, what a great help Darren Williams becomes for him.
Can't talk about it enough when you play with a player of Williams' caliber at the point guard. When you're the point guard in the league, he's going to make it easier for Brook Lopez and everybody else in the Nets team.
So for the Nets, Stephen Graham, he's checked in for Damian James. Vujacic comes in for Anthony Moore. And it's Gaines in for Jordan Farmer. And the Lakers also making a switch. Lions checked in. A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Thanks, Kev. Avery Johnson had some words for his team in that last break. He said in no uncertain terms, we're going to have to do it with grit and guts, but that's nothing new for us. That's exactly who we are. Guys?
Thanks, Doris. Unloads. And the Nets miss again.
Yeah, I don't like the defense. Not putting on a play and getting a hand in the face. Good do it with a tough game down your neck. That makes it not an easy shot.
Here's Gaines. Guarded by Kobe. Tipped away.
Shot bisa seros também.
Bryant gets called for the reach. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Gyors. Passes it to Lopez. Green goes straight up, and it's sent back by Bynum.
It looks like they did in the first game. I think they're going to need to be crisp in their offensive execution if they want to win this game. That means ball movement, solid screens, handling the ball, and then making good shots.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Damian James comes in for Stephen Green. And it's Farmer in for Sunday Games.
Change.
Here's Farmer. 2 minutes. Guys, a potent offense right now.
Yeah, Kevin, really the offense is flowing quite nicely right now.
Sitten nähdään mulle laskaa. Kävi on vähän.
They're behind by 3. 1:57 left in the fourth quarter of this one.
I think the coach is getting a little uncomfortable with all these missed shots. We'll probably draw up a play to try to get them going again.
Here's Vujacic. Now Fomo. Pass to Humphries. Guarded by Kobe. About 16. And that one is good. James.
I'm not getting into it.
Mid-range here, guys. I mean, knocking down
Yeah,
those
what's
shots
up,
with regularity.
How about 8 of their last 10 points coming off that mid-range area jump shot? So it shows you don't have to be at the rim to score.
Here's Kobe. Pass to Bynum. Over Lopez. And again, no good by the Lakers. New Jersey trailing. Here's Fomo. He's to Brown. Tipped.
He only had one giveaway in the first half, but he's been much sloppier since the break, and the turnover totals have soared. Kevin, that's what you expect from him. When the pressure's at its highest, with the game on the line, that's when he's at his best.
Now Fomo. And taken away by Brown. And that one's good, Barnes. Now it's a 5-point Laker lead.
As soon as they forced that turnover, they really attacked the rim. I like that.
Yeah, I agree with you. I thought that was the highlight of the sequence.
Back to Lopez. They're moving it around. Bynum. Fades away. And the Nets miss again.
They're really hurting with his performance here. He just hasn't played up to his standards so far.
Here's Kobe. And no mistakes on the way. And the Lakers lead by 7. Here's Farmar. He feeds it to Lopez. Lopez with another miss.
And you can sense the frustration coming from him right now. He just can't find his game.
Well, he is missing a lot of chances, Steve. 2 minutes. Well, what a nice effort there. Going strong to ensure that he pulled that rebound in.
Jacks up a 3. Tries again. It's good.
Megint elkérős. Az már megvan.
Emphasis on his rebounding at both ends of the floor.
And the Lakers call time here. They're up by 5. 11 seconds left to play.
5 pontot ennyire lett nem tudtak. Elvileg.
Here's Kobe. And so they choose to
Ja, úgy ültek együtt, ha már te szeretett aparolni. Nem? Gyere hát vissza, Kobi!
There's 10 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Now we've got the intentional foul.
Ez se büntető?
And that increases their lead to 6. Two for 2. It's a 7-point ballgame.
Mi van már meg? Mindegy kész.
They're losing by 7. 9 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Guys, rebut.
Well, hope brings eternal, I guess, partner.
Here's Farmar.
Nekem nem súrba.
This is it to Lopez. Overloaded. And the defense really pressing up on him. They got a tough shot.
Ja,
And so the Lakers take
én
the win.
összeműtött támadni
They
egy
pulled off
önzően.
this win, Clark, with respectable performances on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, I think it was just really a nice overall effort, Kevin.
Thank you for joining us for this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. For Clark, Steve Doris, and the rest of the crew, this is Kevin Holland saying thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Last but not least, here is your Jordan Player of the Game,
Izé 8 pont, 2 assziszt, 2 lepattanás, 2 labdalopás. Na jó, itt fejezzük be. Tíz pont különbséggel nyertem. Ám az előbb is necces volt esetleg győzelem, de sikerült berámolni. még így is nagyon mínuszban vagyunk, 5. vagyunk a deficit csoportban. Ja.